Considering this is supposed to be low-grade opal, I'm pretty tickled that it has stuff in it that you can work like this. So many beautiful rocks. That's a nice thing to find on my way out. Hi everybody, welcome to Katie Did Rocks. I'm Kate and this is my channel. Today we are going to look at some opals from Lightning Ridge. Well, some low-grade opals. Come along. I just got this batch of low-grade opal from Lightning Ridge in the mail. I bought it on Etsy, and now I'm going through and checking for color. And there is some color here, and this batch is classified as low-grade opal, and it's very reasonably priced. And it's a great way to get your hands on something that is the same stuff that the pros are cutting, but for a fraction of the price so that you can practice. You don't have to, try cutting a $400 opal and mess it up. Check this one out. I think I'll be able to get something out of that one. I think one of the reasons they name things low-grade opal is because of the cracks and fractures, because opal aficionados don't like those. This one is there's a kind of a hint of color. You can't really see it on the camera. There's a hint of color inside, and I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh, look at how pretty that one is. The best way to do this is actually in the sunshine, but it's cloudy and I couldn't wait. There's even some knobbies in here. That's kind of exciting. Okay, after a quick go through, I've got some that I can start working on. All of these have some kind of color in them. There's a lot of quite small ones, but there's also some knobbies and some seam opal that have matrix, and there's all kinds of stuff to work with here. I separated some of the smaller chips into this bag so that I didn't have to go through them separately. And I mean, I will go through them separately because they might have some color in them, but I just didn't want to mix in with the bigger stuff. And I still have several pounds of the bigger stuff to go through. I'm going to wait until the sun shines. I learned today that the best way to do this is to look at them underwater. I'm having a little bit of trouble doing that while filming and looking at them at the same time. These are things that I've actually gone through once already, and I was hoping it would be sunny today, but it was not. So I'm going through them again in the house. Here's a good example of something that I missed yesterday. None of these are like super great gem quality opals, but they do have some of them have some flash in them, and since they're Lightning Ridge opals, I think they're worth having. Here's another that has just a little flash on it. Worth taking a look at anyway. Here's the one that I really like. I just wonder if it's the same on the other side. Oh, nope. Well, anyway, that's really pretty. Look at the colors on that. Since we're exploring Lightning Ridge opal, I wanted to show you this. This is a piece that is just common opal. You can see the nice white color there. But many of these have a chalcedony layer that seems to grow in vertical columns. Isn't that cool? So that whole top then is that. And then the bottom is all common opal. Might be kind of a cool pendant just as it is. I think I'm going to work on this one. It's kind of all mangled together, but see there's some fire there. And it looks like this is all covered with opal. There's some more fire over here. So you never know, maybe we'll find something awesome. And this is the other one that I'm kind of excited about. Check this out. So we'll take this cap down of sand. See, there's a little bit of flash there. Might get a decent sized piece out of that one. Okay, well, I'm taking this down a little bit at a time, and there looks like there might be some usable stuff here. There's some sand right in the middle, so we'll see. We'll see how far down that goes. I have been grinding away at the sand on this, and you can see that it's actually, the opal sort of goes all the way through and all the way around. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get, ooh, isn't that pretty? I'm not going to be able to get a big chunk out of it or anything like that, but I just want to kind of grind down. I think the sand does probably go all the way through here. So now I need to make a decision about whether I'm going to try to take an individual smaller piece here, or to somehow craft this into something that incorporates the sand as part of the opal. And I haven't really decided what I'm going to do about that yet, so stay tuned. I'm currently using my Dremel to remove some of the sand. I'm thinking of making kind of a free-form opal carving. If it'll hang together, it's going to be pretty cool. So the removal of the sand and to try to make an opal freeform shape seems to make it just a little bit, too weak. So instead, I'm going to try to take this piece right here and make a little something out of it. And then maybe I'll get something else from down here. There's plenty of color throughout here. I just have to figure out how to use it. It's a learning process. Let's see if we can make something out of this. I ended up with opal chips because that was just a little bit too thin, but we'll keep working. Well, I'm a little frustrated with that one because it just keeps cracking apart. And this one looks like it's probably got cracks in it too, which is, you know, probably why they call it low-grade opal. But I'm going to see if I can get something out of this one. This top is coming off a little slowly, but I think I might end up with a pretty nice piece. It's kind of funny as you're working, you watch it get smaller and smaller and smaller and hope you don't wreck it. So there are little bits of flashes. I'm still trying to work this white stuff down, but you can see there are little bits of flashes underneath it. I'm hoping that I'll be able to make it work this down to the color without breaking it. You can see it's getting a little bit flat. There's some sand here that I'm just going to leave because it's kind of holding it together. So it is definitely a slow and difficult process, but look at, there's even a little bit of red flash in there. So as long as I can keep it from cracking, I think we're going to get something good. There's some beautiful flash in this, but I'm very concerned about this crack right here. And this thing just won't go away. I think this is just about as good as I'm going to get it. That white stuff, if I keep grinding down too much farther, it's going to maybe crack or fall apart, which of course I don't want. And there's some pretty color in here. Considering this is supposed to be low-grade opal, I'm pretty tickled that it has stuff in it that you can work like this. So I've been going over these and over these and over these and over these. I've got them separated down in little bitty ones. And these are mostly things that I don't want to look at right away. They may have some stuff in them, but not immediately obvious. And so I separated them a little bit, some sort of organization here. This tray right here is where I have things that I think might have some color in them, or do have some color in them that I might be able to use to make something cool. Ooh, I don't want to see that. Might be able to use. Some of them are very teeny tiny. I need to figure out how to do tiny little ones, because my fingers aren't terribly gifted as far as trying to manipulate all that. But if I can figure it out, there's some pretty nice color here that can be discovered. Look at that purple. See that? That's cool. Anyway, so right now what we're going to do is I've got several pieces here that I'm going to try to work with. This one is just going to be a little tiny opal cab. Maybe. And this one, I just want to see what is inside of it. And this one has some really pretty blue here, so I'm going to try to see if I can get something out of that. And this one has a little splash of purple here, and because it's just a nice sized chunk, I'm going to try grinding it down and seeing if there's actually anything inside. Usually there's a color line you can see, but this one's just a nice enough chunk that I'm going to work it and see what I can come up with. And then this one is just a piece of common opal, I think, but I want to clean it up and see if by some chance there's something more to it. It does have a little bit of the sand still on it, and there's enough here that I feel like maybe I can get something out of it. Down here, and I was trying to see what was under the white stuff, and boy, I'm glad I kept going on that. Look at that. Lovely. Now I am going to have to try to take it off the sandstone somehow. That's going to be a trick. But boy, look at those rainbows. I cut this off, and then I ground down the sand, and I repolished this. But it sure is pretty. Wow, just look at the flash. Good for low quality opal. Two more that I'm going to polish, or try to polish for this video. This one I am kind of fascinated because it looks purple. A lot of the potch that we've seen has been blue, and this one is just a really nice lavender, so I'm going to give that one a try. And then this one I'm hoping has a color bar, however faint it is, across the top there. so we're going to give that one a try as well. Though it doesn't appear to be purple inside, but it does have some kind of cool speckly stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just polish the whole thing, even if it doesn't have fire throughout. Oh, maybe it does. Look, it looks like it might have some fire if I go deeper. Well, we'll just keep on grinding. It's just like a treasure hunt. Well, it's not as purple as I expected, but it sure is pretty. It does have a little bit of sparkle in there. Nice.
This is just a piece of potch that had some cool lines in it, and it was nice and flat. I decided to make it a pendant. I was really surprised how many of these had some kind of color in them. I guess that they're not the fancy patterns that the really expensive opals have, but boy, they're pretty. Even the ones that don't have color have this lovely kind of translucent white. This one is exceptionally cool. You can see that it has a little bit of color as you look into it, but watch what happens when I put it on a silver backing and the light is reflected. I had so much fun playing with this material that I contacted the fellow who was selling it and bought his entire supply so that I can have it available on my Etsy store. The material is available in 1 pound, half pound, and even 2-ounce tubes. Wouldn't this make a cool stocking stuffer for the rock lover in your life? Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I sure did. This is Kate from Katie Did. Keep on doing.